session 2021-2022. Okay. Right. So the internship will start on October. Okay. So now is the right time actually to looking for the placement. Okay. We have another 3 or 4 months, okay, before October. All right. So could you see my presentation?
Can, Doctor.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So today briefing, okay, is the first briefing in the departmental level. Okay. So you will have two levels of briefing. Okay. Chitra level and also a department level. Okay, so Chitra will be given by briefing by Chitra will be given by usually by industrial people. Okay, but for departmental level, okay, all the briefing will be given by either coordinator or lecturers. Okay, from chemistry. Okay, so the first briefing is about placement. Okay, because now it's the time for you to looking for the placement. Okay, to get the placement or to secure your placement. It's better to secure the placement as soon as possible, as early as possible. Okay. All right. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Siti Munirah. I know you all, most of you, of course, everybody knows me, I think, because I teach SIC 2001. Okay. So I'm the coordinator together with Dr. Siti Jariani. Okay. So we are going to take care of you for the whole course. Okay. Meaning from the securing the placement, okay, during the training and also after the training. Okay, right. So I start with the objective of the industrial training. So this is a core subject for applied chemistry student. Okay, and the objectives are as follows. Okay, number 1, to give student the opportunity to apply the knowledge that you learn, okay, and skill that you have learned in campus, okay, in a real life work situation. Okay, and then to provide you all the opportunities for practicals, hands-on learning from practitioners in the areas of your specialization. Okay, and then to expose student to a work environment. Okay, so this now is a different environment. Okay, so for 3 years you're in campus. Okay, face-to-face or online. Okay, you learn all the knowledge, all the theory. Okay, and the environments are totally different. So now you are going to you will go to the work environment, which is totally different. Okay, so the purpose is to expose you to this real life situation, okay, or environment. Okay, and then to expose you to common practices, okay, employment opportunities and work ethics in relevant field. Okay, and then to enhance the employability skills of the student, and finally to provide the opportunities for students to be offered job in the company which they undergo their industrial training. So for your information, okay, some of your seniors, okay, have been offered jobs, okay, directly after finish their internship. Okay, so that's why that's why the kursus, that's why the course, okay, your course is made so that the industrial training will be at the end of the studies. Okay, so that you can have the opportunity to straight away, okay, get the jobs. Okay, and at the end of the industrial training, okay, the student will be able to improve their knowledge and skills relevant to their areas of specialization, and to relate the knowledge and skills acquired at the workplace to their studies and to compete in the job market. Okay, so you should now when you study, you are in UM. Okay, so you just if when you study, you just fight with your student, with your friends, okay, at the same field, in the same university. But now you have to compete with all graduates, okay, from other university, okay, from Malaysia, from the whole of the country, okay. So you need to be, so you need to compete, okay. So with them, okay. So you have to prepare yourself with all the skills, okay, and also the skills and also knowledge, okay, that relevant to this, okay. For the course, okay, the prerequisite for the course, okay, for SID 2004, okay, so the new cohort, okay, the course code is the SID 3004, okay. So these are the prerequisite, okay, subject, okay. And then for SCS 3090, okay, there are some 1 or 2 students, okay, still taking this course, okay, using this course code, okay. All right, so this course, okay, SID 3004 is an 8 credit hours course, okay. So 8 credit hours, meaning it equal to 16 weeks, okay, 16 weeks. So that's why for the training duration, okay, you will be in the industry for 14 weeks, okay, and additional 2 weeks for report preparation, okay. So in total, it covers 16 weeks, okay, which equal to 8 credit hours, okay. So in the company, in the industry, you will stay for, you will work for 14 weeks, okay. So 14 weeks is the minimum, okay. It cannot be less than 14 weeks, okay, but it can be more than 14 weeks, okay.
Doctor, sorry to interrupt. There's someone trying to get in.
Is it?
Yeah, doctor.
Dah ke? Okay. All right. So less than 14 weeks cannot, should be 14 weeks minimum or more than 14 weeks. Okay, so this is the important dates, okay, for your industrial training. So the date is for semester 1 is 18 October to 21st January 2022. Okay, 14 weeks, and this 14 weeks will include a week mid-semester of academic calendar. Okay, so meaning you will finish your training at week 13 of academic calendar. Okay, because your training will include mid-semester. Okay, so you will don't have so during the mid-sem you need to work lah. Okay, you don't have any breaks. Okay, like other students. Okay, so it 14 weeks. So you can so this date for you can apply job now using this date. Okay, so this is the date for the training, your training, 14 weeks. Okay, and and for semester 2, okay, it will be 21st March until 24th of June 2022. Okay, so yours is October, 18 October. This is first week, for the new semester. All right. So the training period is minimum 14 weeks. Okay, this is semester 1. Okay. So for semester 1, 2021-2022, minimum 14 weeks. Okay, and you need to secure your placement. Okay, meaning you need to get you need to confirm your placement. Okay, not later than 17 September 2022. Okay, meaning 1 month before the training, which is 18 October, you need to confirm the placement already. Okay, 1 month before, before you start. Okay, and your placement must be approved by the coordinator. I mean, me and Dr. Siti Jarani will approve. I mean, that the placement must be approved by us. Okay, before you can do your training. Okay, so please take note on these important dates. Okay, so you should already confirm, okay, the placement 1 month before the training. Okay, so you should start early. Yeah? All right, for workshop and briefings. Okay, so this is the list of workshop and briefings that are compulsory for you all to go, okay, before you start the training. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have two types of workshops by Chitra. Okay, so this workshop covers various industrial training related topics, and the first for this year, the first session is last week on Friday. So after this, they will organize again. They will organize other workshops as well. So to those who are not to those who not attend the last Friday's workshop, you can attend the next workshop. Okay, so I will update you all with the next date and time. Okay, or the next workshop. Okay, when after I got the information from Chitra. Okay, but this one is a compulsory. Yeah, this one is actually university level. So if you don't attend this workshop, you cannot go for industrial training. Okay. Okay. All right. And then you will have another 4 briefings. So today is the first briefing. Okay. So the briefing the briefing training. Okay. So our focus today is about the placement. Okay. The company or the organization. Okay. So the placement. Okay. So how to get the placement. Okay. And related things. The things related to it. Okay. So today is briefing on. Briefing number 1. Okay. So next we will have briefing number 2. Okay. So briefing number 2 is about chemical safety. Okay. Next is report writings, and number 4 is training. So the briefing on training is about the process. Okay, the process of training, and then the process of assessment, and so on. So today I will just give you an overview lah. So in this the 4th workshop, I will give you in more detail. Okay, because if I give you too early, then maybe you might forget. So this one is the call, the reminder. Okay, so the briefing number 4 is very important because I will explain in more detail. Okay, about the process of the training. Okay, so today I will focus on the placement. So briefing number 2, 3, and 4. Okay, will be held sometimes in August and to September. Before you start lah. Okay, because now it's about too early. Okay, to have this workshop or briefing. Okay, so please take note. So it'll be around August to September. Okay, 2 or 3 months before. 1 or 2 months before you start the training. Okay, I will give you this. Other briefings. Okay. All right. So all all matters about industrial training. Okay, should be all email. Okay, regarding the industrial training should be through this email. We have our own email, okay, for industrial training. Okay, intern_chemistry@um.edu.my. Okay, so any question, any matters lah. Okay, please email through this intern_chemistry. Okay, another thing is that every time you want to apply for the placement, okay, in company, okay, you need to CC to this email. Okay, you need to CC your application to the company. You need to CC this intern_chemistry@um. Okay, so that we can monitor, or we can see we can monitor lah which company that you apply. Okay. Of course, there are reasons to that. Okay, and later we'll tell you about that. Okay, so the person in charge for industrial training for chemistry department. Okay, we have two coordinators. Okay, me and Dr. Siti Jariani. Okay, so you can email us also as well. Okay, if you want to ask anything. Okay, so it can either be intern_chemistry, or you can email us through our personal email. Okay, and in administration, in main office, okay, Puan Norzila will help us on the documents. Okay, because industrial training, it involves a lot of documents, so she will help us, okay, on the documentation. Person in charge is Cik Nur Hafiza, and for the medical coverage, okay, we liaise with HEP officer Puan Juliana Arif. Okay, all right, so now I want to talk about the placement. Okay, so I think now in your mind you already have some idea, okay, on which company you want to apply. Okay, training. Or the field of work. Okay, we can actually divide this company or organization to 3 types of company. Okay, so the first one is the R&D, okay, research and development. Okay, and then commercial lab, and the third one is a quality control or quality assurance. Okay, so of course, all of these companies, okay, they have a different way of doing the research. Okay, if you are interested in research and development, okay, you can go to the company that focus on R&D. Okay, usually the big company will have their own R&D departments. Okay, for example, like Top Glove, KLK Oleo, Petronas, they have their own R&D department. Okay, but this one is for a big company lah. Usually the small company, they don't have R&D department. Okay, and then we have quality control. Okay, most of the company will have a quality control department. Okay, so in this quality control department, usually they will deal on the quality of the product. Okay, and let's say they have a defect, the product have defect, okay, and fault. Okay, so this quality control department will do the investigation, okay, on the product. So it's something like that. So so we have so most of the company will have quality control department. Okay, and then the third one is the commercial lab. Okay, so commercial lab is the lab in which for commercial lab is the lab in which the other company will send their sample, okay, to analyze. And mainly commercial lab will deal with analytical. So for commercial lab, So to those who like analysis, okay, analytical chemistry, you can apply for commercial lab. Okay, so in this lab, they will analyze samples. Okay, so with regard to the property of the chemistry or the properties that the clients want. Okay, so this one is more on analytical chemistry. For R&D and quality control, okay, it's more you can have analytical, you can have a synthesis. Okay, so it depending on the company. Okay, so you can think about what kind of department or what kind of research you want to involve. Okay, you want to do in your training. Okay, so if you like commercial lab, if you like analytical chemistry, you can go and find a commercial lab. We have a lot of commercial lab in Malaysia. We can also divide this organization to government and private sectors. Okay, so private sectors, I think we know private sectors, we have so many companies, chemical related company, and then we also have many governmental agencies. Okay, so mainly this government agency deal with R&D lah. Okay, for example, we have FRAME, we have Malaysian Palm Oil Board. Okay, we have Jabatan Kimia, but Jabatan Kimia is more on analytical. Jabatan Kimia, okay, Jabatan Kimia Malaysia more on analytical, but other government agency. Right. So you can, you have many choices lah. Okay, R&D, commercial, quality control, in governmental agency, in private sectors. Okay, so it's up to you. Okay, so how are you going to choose? Okay, what are the factors that you should consider? Okay, when you want to choose the company. Okay, so the first one is, of course, I think the best way is to ask yourself lah, what is the thing that you like the most? Okay, some students, they really like analytical chemistry. Okay, so they will go for commercial lab. Okay, some students, they really like polymer chemistry. Okay, so they can apply for example, paint factory or glove factory, like Top Glove. Okay, maybe they like organic synthesis. Okay, so they can apply in a company with R&D research that deal with organic matters. Okay, things like that. So depend on your it depend on your what do you like? Okay, it depend on your interests. Okay, all right, and then you need to consider the logistic. Okay, you need to consider the logistic. So the transport that you need to take. Okay, if the placement or if the company is too far, okay, then later it will it will affect your job as well. Okay, let's say it has a very bad traffic jam, so every day when you go to work, okay, you feel very fatigued and not interesting anymore, because you feel very tired every time you come to office. Okay, so you need to consider all this. Okay, but the logistic, okay, do you need to rent the house? Do you need to rent the house? Okay, that nearby the company, okay, and so on. You need to consider that. Okay, and then there are some students ask me, can you do internship in your hometown? Yes, you can. Okay, they say you stay in Penang. Okay, we have a lot of factories in Penang. Okay, we have a lot of there are many good chemical related company there. Okay, so you can, of course, and now because we are in a pandemic, right, in COVID, so I think I suggest, or I prefer, if you stay at your hometown. Okay, if you are in Johor, you can find some place some placement in Johor. Okay, in Penang. Say if you stay in Kedah, you can find a place in Penang as well. Okay, so for me it's better lah, because looking at the situation now, right? We are in a pandemic. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, let's say the company, the company belakang rumah, it's okay as long as the company is a appropriate company lah. Okay, jangan company yang tak betul pula. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as it's a good company. I mean, it can train you with a good with appropriate job scope, then it's okay. Okay, so you can consider all this. Okay, you need to consider all this. Okay, but on top of everything, okay, you can go to any company that you want. Okay, that you have interest in. But on top, but the most important, okay, that you need to consider is the job scope. It doesn't matter where is the company. It doesn't matter what field is the company. Sorry, it doesn't matter what organic or analytical and so on, where the company. Okay, as long as the job scope is appropriate. So the job scope must be related to chemistry. Okay, so when we talk about chemistry, okay, our main business is doing research. Okay, our main business for a chemistry student is to do research. Okay, so the job scope that you are offered must be, okay, things to do in the lab. Okay, you must do experiment. So let's say you are offered a job by a company. Okay, the company is a chemical company. Okay, let's say it's a Petronas. A company is Petronas. Okay, so let's say you get offer in Petronas, but you will be placed in the procurement department. Okay, so procurement is deal with actually with buy and sell and stock and things like that. Okay, even though it's a chemical related company, okay, but the job scope is not suitable for you. Okay, so you cannot do training in that company. So that's why when you after you get offered a placement, okay, the coordinator will approve. I mean, we will see lah whether the company whether the job scope is appropriate or not, and then we have the coordinator have the right to reject that placement if the job scope is not suitable. Okay, with chemistry lah. Okay, if the job scope is not suitable. Okay, so please when you apply for the job, make sure you're clear with the job scope. Okay, you can ask them what is the job scope of the training that they offer job scope. Okay, the job scope must be related. Okay, and there are also some example. One example in which the student are offered by the chemical company, but she will be placed in a marketing. Okay, marketing department. So she will not involve with lab work at all. Okay, so that one also we don't allow lah. Okay, so the work must be or laboratory works. Okay, and so on. Okay, all right. So these are a list of the company that your seniors have done their trainings. Actually, there are a lot more. Okay, I will share the list. Okay, of the company. We have almost 60 or 70 companies now. Okay, so you can try. You can try and apply the company. Okay, so if you like analytical, you can go to Jabatan Kimia. Okay, so Jabatan Kimia, we have many. Jabatan Kimia have many branches. So we have Jabatan Kimia Ipoh, Penang, Johor, and then the main branch is PJ, and then Terengganu. Okay, so there are many JKM, and then we have also a national agency. Okay, government agencies, SIRIM. Okay, SIRIM, FRAME. Okay, Lembaga Getah, MPOB. Okay, so these are these are example of the company lah. Okay, so you can you can apply. Okay, actually I will give you the list later. Okay, and then these few weeks, okay, I have been contacted by these 4 companies, okay, these 4 organizations. So actually now they are available placement at this 4 organization. Okay, so you can apply. Okay, actually they contacted me and asked for the student. Okay, so if you are interested, okay, working in this organization or company, please contact me after this. Okay, so I will guide you how to apply. Okay, so the first one is KLK Oleo or Palm Oleo R&D Center in Bukit Raja Klang. Okay, so this is this placement is uh, for R&D lah. Okay, R&D palm oil. Okay, chemistry of palm oil. And then second one is Ominen Sdn Bhd. So this one is in Shah Alam. So this one is the company is making paint and coatings. Okay, so if you like polymer, polymer related, you can apply for this. And then another one is Sanyong Chemical Laboratories in Kulai, Johor. Okay, so this company deal with full synthesis organic. So if you like organic synthesis, you can apply for this company. This company is a Japanese company, so the work ethic is really like a Japan company lah. Okay, so this is in Kulai, Johor. Okay, and then in Malaysian Palm Oil Board, okay, they also want internship student now in Bangi. Okay, so this one also palm oil lah. So anybody who has interest to apply in this company, please contact me after this, yeah, because they specifically want chemistry student from our department. Okay, all right, so now I want to talk about the flow chart. Okay, so what you should do lah. Okay, so now you are in this stage, and of course now this is the most important for you lah. Okay, application of the placement. If you don't have placement, you cannot do LI. Okay, so in Maya, when you register the course, okay, it must be with the company. If you don't have company, you cannot register in Maya. Okay, so now your focus is to get the placement with the appropriate or with the suitable job scope. Okay, all right, so I just go briefly on this. Yeah? This is just the overview. This is the process for industrial training from the application of the placement until the assessment. Okay, so first you will apply, you will find the placement. Okay, so we apply the placement for the placement. Okay, and then after you have offered, or after you have confirmed the placement, you need to register the placement. Okay, so there are 2 types of registration here. First is the registration of the placement, and the second one is the registration of the course. Okay, so you must do these 2 things. Yeah, and for the placement registration, okay, there are 2 type of placement registration, and you must do all this. Yeah, so the first placement registration is the registration in the Department of Chemistry database. Okay, so you need to register your placement in the database. Okay, so this database will be monitored by the coordinator. Okay, me and Dr. Jariani. Okay, and then so this is using Google Form lah. Okay, in the data, to register in the database. Okay, and then you also need to register your placement in Maya system. Okay, before the course registration. Okay, so by checking the database, okay, and the Maya system, I will approve your placement in my system. Okay, and then after your placement has been approved, and then after you register for the course, okay, before you start your training, you'll be given with all the letters and form, all the documentation. Okay, this is all the documentation. Okay, before you start the training, you need to bring all this documentation, and then the training, and finally the assessment. Okay, so now most important is the placement lah. At this stage is the placement. Okay, so the first one is the application of the placement. The second one is the registration of the placement. Okay, two types. Okay, in the chemistry database and in Maya system. Okay, so I'll just focus on this. Yeah, on this. Okay, all right. Number one is application of the placement. Okay, so of course this one is for you to seek the industrial training placement. So the document that you must have when you apply is, the first one is the cover letter or email. Okay, before this we don't use email. Before this everything done in hard copy. Okay, so you need cover letter. But nowadays when we apply for placement or for job, we use email. Okay, so what you write in the email is very important. Okay, you cannot simply apply for the placement by giving the resume just like that. You need to write a brief introduction of yourself and the purpose of you writing the email. Okay, so you need to include this. What you need to write in the email. Okay, so it must be appropriate. Okay, and second is the resume. Okay, your resume. And then the third one is a support letter from the department and reply slip. Okay, so before you apply to the company, okay, you need to have this support letter from the department. So after this, okay, I will give you the Google form, okay, for you to fill in the company that you want to apply. The detail of the company that you want to apply. Okay, so you can apply many company, but at one time please just apply for 3 companies. Okay, please don't one time 10 company, 5 company is too many. It's too many. So one time, okay, in one time apply for 3 companies. Okay, and then you follow up. You apply this 3 company. You follow up. If they're rejected, then you apply another 3. Okay, so do it like this. Okay, don't rush, and because now still in May. Okay, so you can do it slowly. Okay, don't rush. Okay, we don't want student. Okay, one time 5 company, 10 company, so it will be problematic later. Because they say many company at one time, 3 company. Okay, so this one, this letter, okay, actually issued by our department office lah. Okay, and then one company, one letter. Okay, and then your result. Okay, and then when you apply your placement, okay, you must CC our email. So our email, okay, so that we know lah that you apply to that company. Because student sometimes, but then when we check, actually they don't apply. They apply just 2 or 3 company. Okay, and some of the students, they don't get placement, and when we ask them to show us the email, okay, rupanya the email was so bad. Okay, with the mistakes and so on. Okay, so that's why the company will not consider the application. Okay, so that's why we want you to CC to us, so we take note on your application. So let's say if they don't reply, or they, if anything arise, so we can know how to handle things lah. Okay, so now I want to talk about the cover letter. Okay, so the cover letter is the thing that you write in your chemistry applied student. I'm going to do my industrial training from. You must give the date, the exact date. Okay, from 18 October to 21st January 2022. So I want to do that when, okay, and then how long for 15 weeks, okay, and then why I should be hired, okay, but not, it should not be too long, okay, not too, just not too brief, not too long, okay, and then why you need to write lah, why you should be hired, okay, briefly, all briefly, okay, and then to show your passion and highlight your most relevant qualification, okay, and so on. Okay, so cover letter means email lah, email. The application, email, okay. Alright, so it must include the title and the content. So the title is the title of the email, okay. Ada student, got student, apply, no title, got email. So macam mana the company want to consider, okay. And then the content lah, okay. So it doesn't matter if bahasa Melayu is okay, no problem, So this is one example, okay. Alright, so what is the problem with this email? Okay, bahasa Melayu is okay, okay, but the problem is, you see, tempoh masa bagi latihan industri tersebut selama 2 bulan pada bulan 6 hingga bulan 8. But at this time you already given the date, but you just write like this. So this is not good, You cannot do like this because the company, they have their plan, okay. So it should be the exact date lah. You cannot say, oh, bulan 6, bulan 8. You bukan nak pergi bercuti jalan-jalan, So you should, you should treat it in a very professional way, okay. And then saya mengharapkan jawapan secepat mungkin dan jika ya saya akan menghantar resume, okay. So don't force them, Don't force them. Alright. And then there are inconsistency. Kat sini puan-puan, here tuan. Okay, it should be consistent. Okay, it should be consistent. And then another example, okay, short forms. This is very fatal. You are applying for the job. Okay, you are writing to the human resource department. Okay, if you want to talk with your friend, no problem. You can use short form. But now you are with the company, that they might accept you. Okay, you want them to accept you, but if you write in this way, okay, which it will show the lack of professionalism. Okay, and then you see there's no period here. Okay. The next example, okay, you see the title, application for internship program for industrial training. Okay, internship and then industrial training lagi. Okay, so make sure that the title and everything is correct. Okay, make sure you check before before you send the email, or you can show the coordinator. We can help you to correct, okay, your email. Before you start to apply. Okay, you can we can help you to check the grammar and so on. Okay, but this is quite silly mistake. And then what else? Okay, the structure, and then it should be checked by SV, okay, or coordinator. And then avoid using exclamation mark in your email. Okay, I know some students they're very excited when they write the email. It's like they are very excited. Hello, and then I am ni. You don't need to do that. Even though you are very excited, okay, don't use this symbol in your email. My name. Okay, everything is capital letter. This one also cannot. These two means you are shouting. Okay, when you use this and when you use a capital letter, it means that when they read it, okay, they will think that you are shouting to them. Okay, so don't use this. Okay, don't use capital letters. Okay, please be professional. All right. Okay, so the first one is the cover letter. Okay. Or the email, the content of the email, okay, and then the support letter from the department. So you will, so this is the old link. I will give you the new link. Okay, you need to key in the number, or the name of the company, the address, okay, so that we will issue the letter, the official letter for you. Okay, so this is a letter, the official letter look like. Okay, so it will be a detail on the company name and the company address, and then your detail. Okay, and then you will also get this industrial placement, the reply form. Okay, so that they will return this. If they agree to accept you, okay, they will fill in this letter. Okay, so some company, they just reply this form. Okay, so they just say, okay, I accept this student, blah 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 blah, and give allowance and so on. Okay, but some other company, okay, they will give offer letter, the official offer letter. Okay, offer letter. So it doesn't matter lah, either offer letter or this reply form is considered as the confirmation of the placement. Okay, so you can use this reply form or the offer letter, because the reason why we give this reply form, okay, because sometimes the company take too long time to prepare offer letter. Okay, so that's reply form, so they can just reply they can reply promptly. Okay, all right. And then I want to talk about the rejection of an offer. Okay, so there are two types of rejection. Okay, one is rejection. Okay, after you get the offer, before I talk about the rejection, after you got the offer, okay, so the company will give you offer, offer letter or the reply form lah. Okay, offer letter, the company offer letter or the reply form. Okay, the reply form. Okay, and then you need to reply to them whether you accept or not. Okay, whether you accept or you reject this offer. At this stage, you can still reject or accept. Okay, but we try to avoid rejecting an offer. Okay, we really want to avoid this. Okay, because if you do it wrongly, okay, it will cause havoc. It will cause chaos. Okay, so that's why I mentioned just now, please don't apply too many company at one time. Okay, the reason is because let's say you apply 5 company, and then all these 5 companies offer you. Let's say you are a very good student, and so let's say these 5 students offer you. Okay, so you need to reject 4 companies. Okay, so rejection is not good. Rejection is not a good thing to do. Okay, try to avoid please avoid rejecting anything. Okay, because when you submit your application, okay, the HR already use their time to process your application. Okay, so and then they give you the offer letter and so on, and then suddenly you reject the offer. So it's not a good thing lah. Okay, it's not a good thing to do. So that's why we advise, okay, at one time you apply for 3 company. So let's say if all three company offer you, at least, okay, of course you need to reject, but at least it's not as many as 5 or 10 or 8 or 7. Okay, so that's why at one time apply. Okay, you apply. Okay, and then you must follow up. Okay, this is important, very important. After you apply, you follow up, you email them, you say, I have my application. Okay, you can ask like that. Okay, and sometimes you can just call. Okay, you can just call the HR. You can say, okay, I already applied. May I know the status of my application? So they might apply. Maybe they'll say, oh, it's in the process, or maybe they are waiting for the next meeting. Okay, something like that. But if you don't follow up, you do not know. Maybe dia tak baca pun the email. Okay, so you need to follow up. they follow up, but everything must be done professionally. Yeah, I will not talk about what is professional lah, but you should know lah. You should have the common sense lah. Okay, when you ask, you should ask them properly. Okay, and things like that. Okay, so that is the offer, and then accepting or rejecting an offer. Okay, but we try to avoid. Okay, we try to avoid. And then there are two types of rejection of an offer. Okay, one is before you say you accept, meaning in this stage lah, they offer you, but you need to reject the offer. Okay, that is reject before accept. This one is still okay lah. This one is still okay, meaning they offer you and then you reject them. Okay, another scenario is reject after accept. This is not allowed. Okay, this is not allowed. Okay, usually things happen like this. You apply to a company, okay, and then they say company one reject, okay, and then you got offer from company two, okay, company two, and then you already accept the offer from company two, but then suddenly the company three contact you and say they also offer you the placement, and the offer made by company three is more. I mean, maybe they give you more allowance. Okay, allowance is higher. Okay, and then you are more interested to go to company three. Okay, that one is not allowed. Once you have accepted, you cannot reject. You cannot reject after you accept an offer. Okay, if you do that, okay, we will issue you the surat amaran. Surat amaran. Surat amaran, and then you might be barred from doing industrial training on that semester. Okay, you might not be allowed to do internship on that semester. Okay, if you do this kind of thing, this is very serious. Okay, because many company complain to Chitra and to us as well. Okay, student reject the offer after accepting the offer. Okay, it's very bad. Okay, and it's really very bad for the reputation lah. Okay, and it will jeopardize your juniors. So after this, maybe they don't want to take student from UM or from chemistry department UM. Okay, if you do that. Okay, so make sure. Let's say okay. Let's say if you got. Let's say you apply to company. Okay, I'm giving you an example. Let's say you apply to company. The company A already give you the offer, and now you're waiting for company 2, but company 2 still quiet, don't give you any reply, okay, or don't give you any decision. So what you can do is you can talk to company 1. Can you for them to give you more time to reply, okay? So then that one is okay, but let's say if straight away you accept, you were very excited, you accept, but then alamak, then you got another offer which is better, then you want to reject the first one that you accept, that one is not allowed. Okay, so that's why you must think very carefully. Okay, you must consider all things lah. Okay, so jangan main-main, jangan macam budak-budak kecil. Okay, make sure you do again in professional way. Okay, so I hope you understand that this is a very big issue. I really, when if student text us and say, "Doctor, I want to reject," or the word reject is very okay, it's something that we really want to avoid. It's something that we don't want to hear at all, actually. Okay, because the consequence sometimes, I mean, most of the time the consequence is not good. Okay, so please take note. Okay, please remember. Okay, please consider, okay, the offer very carefully if you got more than one offer. Okay, so that one is the application of finding or getting securing the placement. Next is the placement registration. Okay, so you will register in chemistry database. Okay, 1 month before, and then in Maya system. Okay, this one I will brief to you in more detail in the briefing number 4. Okay, all right. So that one is about the placement. Okay. Then I just want to talk a bit about the training. During the training. Okay. So now you are in the stage of applying for the placement. Okay. So from the start, from the beginning, it should be very professional way. Okay. If you don't, if you are not sure about anything, please consult us. Please come to us and please ask coordinator. Okay. Of course, we're free to help you. Okay. And then during the training, okay, you need to carry out your training in ethical and professional manner. Okay, not just in during the training. Okay, from now you should do it in ethical and professional manner. Okay, and then you need to uphold the reputation of the UM all the time, because now you are the ambassador of UM. Okay, one semester you will go out. You will be out of UM. Okay, and you are the mirror or the ambassador of UM. Okay, so make sure you always remember that. Okay, so inform the supervisor or coordinator if you have any problem during the training. Do not vent your dissatisfaction in social media. Okay, so later we will assign you with your department supervisor. Okay, all right. So you can after you get your supervisor, so you can talk with them as well. You can consult with them. Okay, as well, or coordinator lah. Okay, and then okay, you need to return all the document and so on lah. Okay, and then after the training, you need to submit all the feedbacks and the report. Okay, list of tasks and so on. Okay, and then there will be a Viva presentation. Okay, so this next semester, the Viva is on, but the poster is to be confirmed. Yeah, to be confirmed. But the Viva is confirmed lah. Okay. All right, and then this is the internal supervisor task. Okay, so terlebih masa sikit. Okay, so after this, okay, you will be assigned with the UM supervisors. Okay, so you will have 2 supervisors, UM supervisors and company supervisors. Okay, so for internal UM supervisors, these are their role there. So to advise and assist student with the placement application. Okay, so they will help you with that, and then to monitor the development of your student during the training, to ensure students are given suitable tasks. Okay, this is very important. Okay, to check your logbook, and then this one, because COVID, so we just have a discussion. Okay, online discussion. So the UM supervisor will discuss with the company supervisors. Okay, and then to discuss with student and industrial supervisor for any arising issues, and to deal with any problem regarding health, discipline, and other issues. Okay, to ensure the student submit the report before due date, and then to evaluate the student performance and final report. Okay, so your marks will come from your supervisor. Okay, this one is the flowchart of assessment. Okay, so this one also I will explain in the briefing number 4, but this is just overview after the training. Okay, you will be given 2 weeks to complete your report and then to submit the report. Okay, before you submit the report to us, the supervisor need to check, okay, and endorse your report, and then the examiner will examine your report. Okay, and then there will be the Viva, and then you need to submit the final corrected. Okay, and then the SV will compile all your marks. Okay. So this is the form, the evaluation form. Okay, this course is 100% continuous assessment. Okay, you don't have any final exam. So these are the distribution of marks. Okay, so the external supervisor is the company supervisor. So 20 marks. Okay, so it will regard with your, they will assess on your behavior in accordance to your professional ethic and social. So your job there, they will assess your performance, okay, in the company. And then the penyelih jabatan, the department or the UM supervisor will assess, will evaluate your report. Okay, this is report. And then you have a examiner. So the examiner will evaluate your report and also your oral presentation. Okay. Right, and then and then Yayasan Raya student undergoing industrial training must adhere to the following regulation. Discipline. Okay, within the training period, you must follow the rules and regulation of the organization. If the company start working at 8 o'clock until 6 p.m., you need to follow that rule. Okay, you cannot use your own rule. So if the company work on Saturday, you must work on Saturday. Okay, so you need to follow the rule. The rule and regulation of the company. Okay, different company, different rule. Okay, and then you are not allowed to take leave while undergoing industrial training. Okay, you are not allowed. Okay, and then unless if you got MC, that one is okay. But you are not allowed to ambil cuti, tak boleh. Take leave, not allowed. Okay, if you really need to, okay, you need to replace the date, replace the leave. Okay, you kena ganti cuti tu but the one is kita tak recommend lah. Okay, because you are actually not allowed to take leave. Okay, alright. And lastly is the maklumat faculty. This one is actually Citra lah. Citra have a meeting. Okay, actually because this thing is because many company complain to Citra. Okay, because they say student reject them or change the placement. Okay, after accepting the offer. Okay, so macam company tu offended lah, get offended, so they complain to Citra. Okay, so because of that, okay, Citra menetapkan, okay, the student are not allowed to change the placement except for these two reasons. Number one is because of the sexual harassment. Number two is if the company or if the placement is tak selamat or bahaya. If you know lah, the company, you work in the lab, but you see dia punya company tu sangat bahaya kan. Okay, for that reason kita boleh consider, baru consider lah, we can consider to change the placement. But other than that, you gaduh dengan SV ke, you rasa kerja dia tak bagus ke, tak best ke, you cannot change the placement. Let's say you think the job given to you macam yang tak sesuaian, not appropriate. Okay, please talk to your UM supervisor so that the UM supervisor can discuss with your company supervisor. Okay, so they can adjust the work, okay, and the task given to you. Okay, so that you are not given a tugas yang not appropriate lah. Okay, but to change the placement is no. Okay, except for these two reasons lah. Okay, gangguan sexual harassment or penempatan is dangerous. Okay, and the change of the placement can only be done after, okay, after the faculty meluluskan, okay, kelulusan di peringkat fakulti, meaning not beyond my power, is either the faculty allow you to change the placement or not after considering the cause and reason. Okay, this is because you see, because Citra, okay, accept very bad feedback lah from the company because of this thing. Okay, so that's why I mentioned to you many times, rejection is not okay. Okay, all right. So now the briefing is finished. Okay, so any question?
Doctor,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
I mentioned the minimum period of internship is 14 weeks, right?
Yes.
So can we have longer, I mean for voluntary internship more than 14
Yes.
weeks?
Yes, you can. Okay. Yes, you can. But you can do it two ways. It's either you start early. I mean before the semester start. Start is 18 October. So you start early than 18 October, or you do you start 18 October, but then you you will work more than 14 weeks lah. But you should whatever it is, okay, you must remember that you need to submit your report by week 16, and you must do the viva. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Other student before this, they do the internship for 6 months. Okay, but then during for the report, at the time she need to submit the report. She submit the report, and then she also do the viva lah on the date that has been confirmed. Okay, meaning after that, after finish viva, then she continue to do the voluntary internship. Yes, you can do that. Yes.
Doktor, can we apply for graduate intern? And kalau kita start awal, boleh habis awal ke?
Kejap, apa dia tak dengar? Apply for what?
Graduate intern.
Graduate intern tu apa?
Saya ada Ricky satu laman web ni. Dia kata dia graduate intern. Macam tu lah.
But I'm not sure what is that. What is the meaning? Graduate intern. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you boleh beritahu saya nanti what is graduate intern? I mean, what is the apa yang dia buat? I mean, graduate intern is what?
Okey doktor. Kalau kita start awal, boleh habis awal ke doktor?
Start awal habis awal? No. Start awal is only for those who yang buat more than 14 weeks. If 14 weeks.
Okay. So kiranya habis tetap 21
Yes.
lah. Okey doktor.
So before you apply any company, please show. Because sekarang I don't assign you any with supervisor yet. Okay. So please show us me or Dr. Jariani the cover letter and also the resume. Okay, the resume. Okay, and then another thing I forgot to mention about resume. Okay, in resume, please include the chemistry related skills that you have obtained. For example, in the lab session, the IR machine, for example, or UV machine. So please write down in your resume. Please include that in your resume so they know that the student have experience handling chemistry. I mean instrument. Okay, things like that. So you can include that in your resume. Okay. Any other question?
I wonder, what if there is unwarranted accident, right? MCO, then we have to, work from home. So what to do?
So for work from home and work on site kan? Okay, work on site. So before this, last year yang masa MCO, yang first MCO tu kan, yang all the company tutup lah apa tu. So at that time, UM agree that if you have the job, if you have the work from home job, okay, that has been given by your company supervisor, that one is counted as intern. Even though you don't go to the Yelah, tapi now this semester all student go to site lah. Okay. Tapi kalau yang tak boleh sampai kena work from home, yes, work from home is counted as intern lah. Provided the company give you the task to do at home. Bukan bagi cuti. Kalau cuti tu kita kira lain lah. Okay, boleh ya? Any other question? Any other question? No question.
No, Doctor, for now.
Okay, for now no question. So if you have any question, you can just text text in the group. Okay, so that I can answer your question. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. Okay, don't forget.
Doctor, if I want you to give you to review the resume, those then I send it in the WhatsApp or through the email.
Mana-mana pun, kalau saya mana-mana pun boleh. Tapi WhatsApp lagi senang, saya check terus.
Okay.
Doctor, will you give this slide later? The slide later.
I will give, but now because Spectrum tak boleh kan, sebab Spectrum untuk yang recent student. So maybe I will make a classroom lah kot for this group, so that I can share all the ni. Sebab macam video semua tu, kejap, kalau recorded semua tu, okay, we'll see lah, but I will give you lah, but I'll find a way to give you all the slide then.
Munira, Dr. Munira,
Yeah.
maybe it's easier if you, if you create one Google Classroom, so you can put all information in the Google Classroom for the FYP student.
Yalah, I think I will do that lah. Yeah, because they cannot use Spectrum, because Spectrum is now student yang current student kan, is using that.
Yes. So I think Google Classroom will be easy access for them lah, and for us to put all information there.
Okay. So I'll make I'll generate a classroom lah for this group. Okay, so that I'll put all the information, all the slide, and the video, recorded video over there, so you can see. Okay. All right. Any other question before I end this briefing? Okay, so no question. So I'll see you again next time. Okay.